Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video for you. Okay, so this video right now is my top 5 targets for February that I really want to go after on Veve, okay? So these are items that I don't own. These are items that I want, okay? These are items that I haven't been able to get yet and I have on my list. I've been eyeing them up. I've been looking for other stuff that I've actually acquired recently that, now it's actually got me like ahead to my next target levels. I wanted to share them with you, okay, like ahead of time. See what you think about them. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these, if you think I should be going after them, if you're going after them as well. I'm not predicting any of these to explode anytime soon necessarily. That's why I'm kind of looking at them now, during this nice buying opportunity sort of dip period. That's why I have my target on them. We'll see if I can get to them. I probably won't be able to get them all, but there's some that I want to definitely try to get. So let's get into it right here, okay? Let's go down right here. So like I said, my top 5 targets. So the criteria that I have for is I do not currently own these, okay? So these are items that I just don't own, okay? And number 2, I feel like they are poised to rise, okay? I feel like they're ones that have stabilized during this dip and they're just going to turn around and start moving back up. And so that's why I want to get them now and get them ahead. And I want to have them for my future collection. I want to have them in my collection there, in my, vault, and for long term, right? Like that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at getting these, to be able to buy them and then the next day flip them, okay? These are items that I just want to have that I think are really important, okay? So let's get into it. These are my top 5, okay? So number 5 right here is the Joker, okay? The Jim Lee Joker. I've always wanted the Joker. I actually have never owned him. I put him on lists before, but I've just never had the gems to get him because I've always been looking at other items, and because he hasn't really like super soared up really high or anything, I felt like I could wait, right? But now I feel like, it's getting to a point where he's kind of reached the lowest level he probably will ever go. He's just over 1,000 gems, which I feel is really low for the Joker. I mean, this is the Joker first appearance, as we know. So I think this is a really great time for me to finally add him to my collection. I have to do some moves in order to be able to get him. We'll see what happens, but I really don't think it's going to go any lower than that. If it does, it might go just a smidge lower, but he's my number 5 because, having a Joker first appearance, is super important to me. And of course, this is the one, right? So anyway, that's my number 5, right? My number 4 pick is Walle Golden Moments, okay? Same sort of idea. The Golden Moments have really stabilized, okay? I actually had Walle previously, okay, but I sold him before. It was the first ever Golden Moment I sold, but I sold him in order to get Superman and stuff. So I did a couple things in order to get to that, and that was my first Superman, okay? I did a video about the Superman I just got recently. This was the one I sold back like about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I really want to get Walle back, okay? I feel like my collection is empty without him, right? And I really think, he's just going to be steadily climbing like the others, right? I don't think he's going to flip and explode tomorrow. I just think it's a good moment to get him. He's sitting at about 1,400, so that's a really nice entry level, to get him for me, and I would recommend for you too if you don't have him. And, just hold on to him for sure. Once I get him back again, I'll be holding on to him and I won't be selling him again, okay? So let's just go to my number 3 pick. I really want to snag another Spiderman first appearance, and I really want to grab the uncommon actually because he's so cheap. He's at $6.39. I actually have the rare edition, and I could get the common. I've had the common in the past, but I like the rare better, and I really want to go for another pose. I really want to get this one where he's upside down. I think it's really cool, and because the price is so low, I think it's really, really undervalued, and I think this is a really good target for me to have in my collection. So I have him on my target, so I have another Spider-Man first appearance, like the original Spider-Man first appearance. I'd like to have 2, I know some people have all 4. If you're really lucky to have a secret rare, wow, you're incredible. If you got to the ultra rare, that's amazing as well. But the uncommon is like really nice for people as well, and nice for me because he's a little easier to acquire. Okay, so that's my number 3, okay? Let's go to my number 2 right here, and this is Elsa, okay? So I just did a video about why I bought Iron Man, and Elsa is pretty much, for me, a very similar thing. If you go back and watch that video, I just released it right close to the same time, and for her, she's got a nice, steady, progression. She's going to be going up over time, slowly. She's really stabilized well during this dip, and she's one that I actually had, okay? I sold her in order to help me get that Superman that I wanted, the second Superman. And so I'm going to get her back eventually. So she's right on my target list. She's number 2 on my hit list. Okay. And I'm going to see what I can do to get her back again. I may have to wait a bit longer just because of the gems, because she's expensive for me, right? But anyway, she's number 2 on my list. I mean, all the golden moments have really stabilized right now. They're really strong. They're the ones that are holding on really nicely during this dip. And that's because of how, like, the magnitude of them. People are talking about them a lot, of course. And like I said, I don't own Elsa anymore. And ever since I sold her, just like the Walle, there's been a hole in my collection that I really want to get back. Okay, she has a bright future. A lot of people have her like really up high, but this is still a really good moment to get her, right? So in the next little bit, if I can gather the gems and I can like make a few moves and pick her up and bring her back again, I think that's going to be really great for me personally, right? So let me know what you think about Elsa as well. Okay, so this actually, my number 1 coming up next was actually the bonus of my previous video. I did a little bonus material where I put him in there. So like I said, watch my videos to the end if you can, because sometimes I throw these bonus materials in there. He's my number 1, and he's Dr. Doom. And this is the one that I don't have, okay? I don't have Dr. Doom. I don't have any of these 5, just so you know, okay? Just so you guys know, none of these are in my collection, okay? These are ones that I'm going for, And so like Dr. Doom for me is really, really important. I think he's really fantastic to pick up. His price level for me is nicely stabilized. I don't think he's going to go any lower than he is right now. You can see it. Yeah, if you look in my previous video, you can see what I did with the chart. I actually probably bring them up for you here, actually. And actually, let's do that. Let me just go out of this really quickly and go back into my previous one about Iron Man. Okay, and if you scroll down here, okay, so here he is here, right? So you can see his new floor, in my opinion, has been reached. Okay, this is Dr. Doom. Okay, and so you can see he went up nicely. He's kind of been like volatile in this like little area, but that's only like between 100 to 50 gems. Ding, 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 because this is really zoomed in. And you can see his average is about 1,100, and I really think that he is fantastic. Okay, so he is my number 1 pick. I actually, when I was chasing Iron Man a bit and I was trying to get him, I was really tempted to maybe buy 2 of him, right? And just have one, but I didn't do that. I went for Iron Man because, Iron Man for me is was so fantastic, right? So anyway, let's get back to my targets right here. So I'll just run through them one more time just for you. I'd love to hear what you think. Okay, so like I said, first appearance Joker. I don't have him. I've never owned him. I've been looking at getting him for a while. Okay, Walle, I want Walle back. Okay, really stable and steady. I want the uncommon version of Spider-Man. This is just my targets, right? This is just what I want. Okay, I want Elsa back again. I will get her back. She's just like Iron Man to me. Nice, steady progression. And like I said, my number 1 pick, is Dr. Doom, okay? I mean, he is so iconic, okay? And like I said, I don't own him, right? So I'm not trying to, inflate the price. I want it to stay down. Maybe if you're out there, you want to sell him for, 800, do it now so I can buy him, right? I'm just kidding. Anyway, like I said, so if what are your top 5? Do you have a top 5, or do you have a top 3, or do you just have one that you're going after, right? Like a target. So I always like to do this. I like to, I don't know what you do. Everyone's got their own way of doing with Veve, but I always like to have a target of the items that I'm looking for, right? And then I have a plan, and sometimes things happen that change your plan, right? A big drop comes out or prices change, and then you go, okay, wait a minute, I have to adjust. But mostly, you can have a nice target. You can pick ones that you want. You can figure out how you're going to get them or not, or you can try to make moves to get them, right? But like I said, I always think long term with Veve, okay? I'm not thinking short term here. So if I buy him, if I get him in the next little bit, he's going to be one that I'm going to hold on to, okay? I'm not going to be throwing him back in, right into the market 3 days later because he went up 200 gems. You can do that if you want. That's totally great, if you want to do that. I know a lot of people do stuff like that. They look for what's going up and they can buy it and then, and then get those profits for sure. I do that mostly with comic books, that's sort of where I look. For him, he's more of a long-term hold for me, right? So anyway, let me know what you think about my top 5 of what my targets, about what I'm going after. Put down in the comments the ones that you're going after. Maybe I missed one, let me know, right? Because if there's one that's really important to you, that's how we do this. That's how we figure out, maybe we're not thinking of one that we should probably get, but go after what you love, right? Try to get it at the best price you can. Think long term with Veve. Remember, Vive's going to be around for a long time, okay? So this is the early days still. And, you know, if you can't get a golden moment, or if you can't get like some of the other big ones, these are great items, like a guy like Dr. Doom and other ones like that. They're fantastic to hold on to, right? Anyway, write down the comment what you think. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm right there in my comments. You can just in the description, you can just click there. I'll follow you back as well. And you can also look for me in the app, MyCollectables CA, okay? And then, you know, hopefully I see you in the next video. If you want to subscribe, that would be awesome too. You'll get this video a little bit sooner than other people. And if you want to hit like on the video, that's great as well. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what your targets are. I hope you have an awesome day and happy collecting.